We're doing live drafts, baby. We're doing live drafts, and we're doing it right now here on the Fantasy Football Show here on YouTube on Underdog Fantasy using promo code SMITTY, where Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. So use the link I'm about to drop in the live stream right this very second. Here's the link right now. Dropped it. I'm going to pin it, and we're going to jump in and do it live here on the Fantasy Football Show here on YouTube. Dial on in. Draft time. Graveyard shift. Doing it live. Let's go.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios.
It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live!
Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Live whenever news breaks, and live during some of these graveyard shifts here where we do a lot of fantasy football drafts. And we're going to jump into a week 10 gauntlet draft. Maybe we do one of these other drafts where they're too early playoff drafts. That might be kind of fun. Maybe we try one of those. Maybe we jump into one of those right now. Basically, you're drafting for the playoffs. You got to predict the wild card weekend. You got to have enough teams in the wild card weekend to advance, but you're also trying to pick in advance for the entirety of the playoffs. So that might be kind of fun. Let me put this on screen here. Let's take a look at it real quick. So we got the Big Dog Bowl qualifier 10. We got the Battle Royale week 10, which is what we usually do. And then we've got this, where is it at? It's the, I want to say it's at the end here. It's called the, where is it at? Way Too Early Wild Card. Let's try one of these, okay? Click on it. Hit that green button now. The Way Too Early Wild Card. I believe it's the last card or one of the last cards. And you're drafting against 6 other people. It's 10 rounds. And let me just click the green button now. It makes me unplug and plug back in for whatever reason to find my... Whenever I plug my phone in, it makes me do this. All right, enter it in now. Way Too Early Wild Card. So the way this works is you essentially are drafting a team that can go the distance in the playoffs, okay? It's got to go the distance. The draft starts in 51 seconds. We'll do a bunch of week 10 gauntlets, or at least 2 week 10 gauntlet drafts in a second. But this particular wild card or Way Too Early draft, you got to try and win wild card week in advance, but you're also trying to draft a team that's going to stay in the playoffs the longest. So it's pretty tough to predict, like, you know, who to grab, what teams you think are going to make the playoffs, what teams are going to be borderline, what players are going to be a good value. So we're going to pull it up right here. Appreciate everybody being in here. And let me get to these super chats that are on screen while we do this. And draft starts in 7 seconds. So this is going to be tough. It's like you're trying to predict the Miami Dolphins. You know, are they going to be clinching the division and not a wild card team? Are the Buffalo Bills going to be a wild card team? Are the Chargers going to be a wild card team? Are the Dallas Cowboys going to be a wild card team? Are the Lions or the Vikings or the Packers going to be a wild card team? You know, if a wild card team is going to go the distance, that's your best bet, obviously. Okay, so let's go to board view real quick. But I do believe there's some importance to getting, you know, even those bye week guys. Let's see here. Do I go? Let's go with Tyreek Hill. I'm gonna go with Tyreek Hill in this one. And I believe the Buffalo Bills will clinch the division, but they may not. Even if they don't, that's okay. But I'm gonna bank on that. Okay, so Kelsey just went. Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill was my pick. Before that was Amon-Ra, AJ Brown, and Christian McCaffrey. Jalen Hurts just went, paired up with Jamar Chase. Patrick Mahomes just went. Okay, so now this is tough. Diggs. I'm going to go Diggs here. So I've got Tyreek Hill and Diggs. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good duo. I must say. Super chats are flying in. The first super chat of the evening gets a standing ovation. My Swift Ridley for Kincaid and Kyron. Oh, I'd take Kincaid and Kyron, to be honest. Appreciate your first super chat of the evening. Standing O to you. I just think Kyron's valuable, man. Zachary with a 20.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Zachary, my boy, appreciate you. Traded Addison and Flowers for CD.
You've just been.
I like that, Zach. I just did a similar trade. Devontae Adams isn't as highly ranked as CD, but I just did a similar trade in the Instagram Experts League where I traded Swift and Pickens for Adams and Sutton. Cortland Sutton. I don't really care too much about Cortland Sutton. Not a bad player to just add to your roster, but I wanted the upgrade wide receiver in Adams, who I believe in. Like felt a little bit like that in my opinion. You're giving up depth, but it's a good move. You're beefing up your lineup. Good to go. Appreciate you. Is OG2 the next Adrian Peterson? We'll see, Young. Young, my boy in the building. Young is the man, the myth, the legend. Appreciate you, Young. Hold on one second, Young. All right, I'm on the clock here. Or I will be. QB, Lamar. Lamb. Man, do I go lamb chops here and get triple wide? Oh, boy. Swift, Pacheco, Pollard. I'm going to go lamb chops here. I've got Tyreek, Diggs, and lamb chops. I'm liking that. And the other thing, too, is only one quarterback's going to go between now and my next pick. And it just went Joe Burrow. So, you know, I could wait on a quarterback. The reason... Yeah, this is tough. QBs, I mean, Dak, okay. So, DeAndre Swift. Then I went Joe Mixon. This is a playoff draft. You've got to have guys survive, win the wild card week. You can't go if you don't. It's not a total accumulation of points. You've got to win wild card weekend to move on. I believe you have to be first in your group. So I think it's first, or they may take two, but I think it's one. You got to win this grouping of 6 individuals and then make it to the next round. I'm not going to take any chances here because I'm feeling really good about this team. I'm going to go Tua. So I grabbed Tua Tagovailoa. I've got Tua and Tyreek. I've got Diggs and Lamb. I'm feeling really, really good about this team so far. Lamb's hard to draft because, like, what if the Cowboys lose right away? You know, what if they don't? I believe they will be a wild card team. Some might say Lamb is not going to even make the playoffs. Like some Cowboy doubters. I get it. But I think that they're capable of winning a game. I think he's capable of playing 2. And you got to win wild card weekend. So for me, it's like if Diggs, Tyreek Hill, Tua, one of those teams is going to be in a wild card weekend matchup, and then Lamb's going to help, I think, advance me to that next round. So we'll have to see what I do here. It's tough to get the perfect combination of everything. You can still draft a second quarterback? Okay. I guess you're drafting a pretty deep team, to be honest. Okay, so Pacheco would be a pretty fine running back right here. No. Oh, what am I thinking? Devon Achane. Devon Achane, please report to the moon. Devon Achane, please report to the moon. We're going to go ahead and pair up Tyreek, Tua Tagovailoa, and Devon Achane, which I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, is a pretty damn good squad. Smitty, do a trade CD Bijan for Jamar and Pollard. I'd take Jamar and Pollard. Guys, you like that or what? I mean, I'm obviously banking on Miami here, but okay. So, do I go Waddle? Why not go all in? Why not go all in on the Miami Dolphin offense? I mean, I got Tyreek, Tua, Waddle, Devon Achane. Not very often you're going to get all of them together and still have CD Lamb and still have Stephon Diggs. So I think it's a pretty good, gamble to take. And let's say the Dolphins go all the way to the Super Bowl or something. Like this would be the ticket. This would be the one. So kind of a fun little entry, to be honest. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it, and I'm doing it live all at the same time. And I believe if we look at this, so first place gets 7,500, second gets 4,000, and it's there's no tight end. Hence why I didn't go Kelsey. Oh, I'm on the clock. Oh, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I'm taking Raheem Mostert. I gotta do it. I gotta do it live. I got Mostert too. I got the entire team. I don't need any of the other guys. I don't need. I don't need anybody else. This is it. I got the entire Miami Dolphins team now. I didn't even think about that I could get Mostert as well. I thought he'd just get taken. I got Mostert. I'm feeling really, really solid about this. I like it. This is it. This might be the winning one. I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm obviously team Miami Dolphin right now with this particular entry, but there's no tight end. There's no tight end option. So, like, drafting Kelsey's not a bad thing in the first round still because he's going to do well, but you don't need to grab Laporta necessarily. You don't need to grab Kincaid. On the clock now. Why not just grab Eckler for wild card weekend? And you never know, too. You never know what's in store. This team is just straight fire. I feel like I tapped into some sort of up, down, left, right, AB select start combo code. Tua, Achane, Mostert, Eckler. Wildcard weekends, very important. Tyreek, Diggs, Lamb, Waddle. You hear that sound? That's me on my horse. Unbelievable. Okay, we're almost up. I could use... I think I know what my plan's going to be. It's smart to get that other quarterback. I'm going to go Herbert. Especially if, let's say, that was really smart on my part. If the Dolphins clinch the division, I need the wild card quarterback. Herbert and Eckler together are going to potentially help me. Why is Eckler so low? Shamrock, I don't know why he's so low. I get why he's low. I don't know why he's this low. Because a lot of people are not predicting the Chargers to make it far in the playoffs. So it makes sense that he's not super high, but I don't know why he's ranked down as low as he was. I mean, for me to get him as one of my, not worst players, but I mean, it's pretty crazy. And then honestly, this one right here is kind of head scratching. Keenan Allen's still there. And that's going to help me with this. God, I feel like this is one of the best teams. Assuming the Dolphins don't get knocked out in wild card weekend and they don't clinch whatever. This is one of the best teams I think a person could. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back here. Sometimes I hate my teams. You guys know that. But I feel like this is the one of the most amazing built playoff predicting, what's going to happen teams you could build. Tua Tagovailoa, Herbert, Achane, Mostert, Eckler, Tyreek, Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, Waddle, Keenan Allen. I've got Keenan Allen, Eckler, and Herbert. I've got the entire Miami Dolphin team, from Mostert to Achane to Waddle to Hill to Tua, and I still have Stephon Diggs and CeeDee Lamb. That makes sense. It's best ball for the playoffs. Yeah. Ha. Wow. This is unbelievable. Let me save this team. This is unbelievable. Wow. What did it rank here? It didn't even have me first. It had Kai Bengals. It had Kai Bengals first. Projected. It has me at 373. Let's see if it'll reconnect here. I had to unplug it. I might have to go get another hot dog at the stand down the street. It has me at 373. It has this guy at 397. Let's take a look at his team. Mahomes, Burrow, Dak. I think it's got him pretty projected high because it's 3 quarterbacks, which is a good strategy. Pollard, McKinnon. So you got Mahomes and McKinnon. You got Pollard and Dak. Kelsey, Higgins, Ferguson, Cooks. I still think my team's way better than that. I mean, this team feels just unbelievable. Tua, Herbert. I mean, obviously, if the Dolphins and Chargers lose early on or something, or let's say the Chargers don't even. I mean, it's still a fun. This is a great squad. Woo. Man, I'm sad to leave the screen. I don't want to let go of my team. I don't want to leave my team. Let's go ahead and let's go over to. That was fun. We're gonna do more of those. Let's go over to the one of the first cards. It's the Battle Royale Week 10. Click that. I don't think click the green button. I don't think it's gonna let me get in. Yeah, I gotta unplug my phone. Go ahead and click the green button now. Battle Royale Week 10. Jump in, do it live, and we'll do a Week 10 draft. Tyler, appreciate you. Sorry, I'm not getting to the super chats yet. Tyler says team is Hurts, Walker, Monty, Sharps, Bigsby, Chase, Devonta Smith, Dell Pitts got offered, Evan Ingram from my Dell. It's not a bad offer. I like Dell a little more, and Pitts isn't awful, but I like Dell a little more. I'd rather Kincaid if I'm going to go that route. It's not awful, though. If you need the tight end position covered and you don't feel like there's any other way, I don't hate that. McLaughlin, Dillon, I have Javonte. I would take Dillon regardless. And, I mean, McLaughlin and Javonte, it's not like you're cuffing that to use either one no matter what. It's like you're holding your breath each time. I think it's either Javonte or it's nothing. Who should, in terms of that offense, who should I trade Barkley for? Adams? Absolutely. Pacheco? Not enough. Pacheco and a player like Ridley? Sure. Barkley for Hall, Barkley for JT, Barkley for Lamb. Players like that. My broski, Barkley for HN. Give up a little more, get HN. Give up a little more and get Lamb if you need to. Board view. This is week 10 only. This is not playoffs any longer. And your boy's going to select. I know it's a tough matchup, but I'm gonna ride with Eckler this week and say I think he figures out a way to get a lot of usage. Because he's kind of matchup proof, so it's like you could say, oh, they're great against the run, or they're great against the pass catching back as much, how that's going to look. Matchups always tend to trick people, I think. True gentleman with a 12-month membership, can I call for a quick 30 seconds on a trade question? Yeah, give me 1 second when I open up the phone lines, dial in. Young, appreciate you dropping that. Super, you're the man. Tex. 4 and 5, 12-man PPR, Burrow, Dobbs, Eckler, JT, Herbs, Chase, Garrett Wilson, Evans, really Nico Pickens. Who are we starting this week? This got thin really quick. Let's go Mark Andrews, I suppose. we're going to go Eckler, Andrews. Okay. Who you starting this week? I guess, bro, we're obviously going Burrow no matter what. Eckler, JT, no matter what. Chase, if he's playing, you're starting him. It doesn't matter what he's saying or how fearful we are. Garrett Wilson and Evans. Those are your trio wide receivers. I'm tempted to go Ridley. Sure, Nico's out. I'm tempted to go Ridley, but I think you go Evans and Ingram. And if you're starting another player off of those 3 wide receivers and 2 running backs that I mentioned, it would probably be Ridley. Let's go Lamar. So the team so far is Eckler, Andrews, Lamar. Week 10. Yeah, buddies. Yeah, buddies. Appreciate you. Chase with a $5 hauler. 10-man PPR, 1 flex, 5 and 4 QB Burrow, running back Walker Hall, JJ Chase, Amon-Ra, Kincaid benches, Kyler, Ford, Wilson, London, really any moves. London and Kyler for just like a Cup or Puka or slight quarter or wide receiver or running back addition that you could, plug in. I'm definitely exploring the Kyler or Burrow, depending on who can get you more move to upgrade a lineup piece. But really your team is straight fire across the board. Kyler, Walker for, Achane. If you feel like Achane's better, like I do. That's how I feel about him. Let's see. Do we go? Let's go Gibbs. Eckler, Gibbs, Andrews, Lamar. Dell just went. Go Debo. So I've got Lamar, Eckler, Jahmyr Gibbs, Debo, Andrews. Bench. Okay, so yeah, other than that, bro, there's nothing. It's like upgrade Burrow using London or like I trade Kyler and Walker for just Achane or slight upgrade if it's ETN, if it's even possible. If that QB needy team, needs something. You can't really upgrade your receivers. You could upgrade Breece Hall in the same fashion if you needed to, if that owner needed a quarterback. The other thing I'm looking to do is maybe Burrow and potentially London or whatever, Ford, just to try and get into that Mahomes using. Like, I'd honestly give Ridley, Ford, and Burrow for Mahomes. And you might land that. Someone might be that shaken by Mahomes' like slow start. Got another go get another hot dog. Appreciate Smitty. Thank you. Appreciate the $10 hauler, Stan. Look at you.
To the moon.
Stand by me a dog right now. I might have to go do it. They close around midnight-ish or 1. Sometimes they stay open late. It's a bacon wrapped dog. It's they've got like green chilies and all that stuff, mayonnaise and ketchup and Parmesan cheese and avocado sauce, and the dogs are really good. Clorn. I'll just go. I never go Amari Cooper. Let's just go Amari Cooper. That's the squad. Cooper, Debo, Andrews, Eckler, Gibbs, Lamar. Okay, click on it. Green button. Hit the green button. I'm going to plug in and then I'll hit it. Stanton to the moon. Appreciate you, Stanton. Percy with a $10 hauler.
To the moon.
Percy says, hey, Smitty, get another dog. QB, Purdy, Watson, Murray, Hall, Eckler, Kincaid got an offer. Aaron Jones, Kirk, or Addison for Connor Olave. Aaron Jones, Kirk, or Addison for Connor Olave. I'd rather have Aaron Jones. Would I trade Kirk? Would I trade Kirk and Addison for Olave and Connor? Yeah. Would I trade Aaron Jones? I think I'd keep Aaron Jones, man. I think he's on the rise. Got to plug in and out until this freaking phone connects here. There we go. Board view. Doing it live from the 3 spot. Hit that Underdog Fantasy link that I have pinned in the live chat, and it's also, have I pinned it yet? I don't think I've pinned it actually. Pin the message, Smitty. There we go. Oh, I pinned the wrong one. That's right. Let me drop the link one more time. The link is going to be pinned in 1 second. Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty. Now I'll pin the link right now. And code Smitty does effectively the same thing. It'll double your first deposit up to $100. On the clock here in 1 second, it went McCaffrey, QB, Purdy, Watson. So Aaron Jones. Yeah, I just like Aaron Jones more. Percy. Thank you, Percy, for the super chat. $5 hauler from Matt. I have Brees, Walker, Jacobs, Javonte. What running back would you give for Lamb or St. Brown? I have Tyreek. Honestly, I give up Jacobs or Walker. At this moment in time, Jacobs probably is safer than Walker, but I like Walker a little more personally. I don't care if there's a little more risk. That's just me. But I would give up any one of those guys. Let's go on Raw. I'd give up any one of those guys for Lamb or St. Brown. I guess I would. Yeah. Like if I'm drafting today, I'm drafting Lamb and St. Brown slightly ahead of Walker, Hall, Jacobs. So I would do any one of them. The person I probably want to give up most would, I guess, be Walker, given the question marks. But I don't know. Chat, would you rather have Walker or Jacobs? I think push comes to shove, I can't tell if it's my bias injecting into the situation and me just wanting to take Walker. But I think at the end of the day, I wouldn't be able to give up Walker. I'd say take Jacobs. But Jacobs is going to be pretty decent moving forward. Barkley and Mondre, unless Jacobs gets hurt. I mean, the close to 400 touches last year, it wears on you. Barkley and Mondre, or Walker and Mondre for Mostert and Achane. Barkley and Mondre or Walker and Mondre. I'd probably rather give up Barkley and Mondre for Mostert and Achane, but I would do either one, my broski. Okay, the phone lines are open for anybody that said they wanted to call in real quick. Almost on the clock here. Yeah, buddies. So far, my team is Amon-Ra. Eckler just went. We do believe in bounce back performances from Tony Pollard, so we're going to do it live, Tony. Tony and Amon-Ra St. Brown doing it live together in this draft here. Appreciate them. Appreciate their bounce back, or Pollard's bounce back performance anyway. Yeah, Wes, you got 30, pal.
Thanks, Smitty. I was the one. I'm true gentleman. I asked for the call.
Atta buddy.
I got a trade offer. This guy needs a running back real bad, but I want St. Brown. He offered me Chuba Hubbard, and I know that's awful, and St. Brown for Kamara or Brees and Debo.
Okay, so I'd probably take Kamara. You're getting St. Brown. Okay, so Brees and Debo. Yeah, that's too much. That's too much, man. Like so Debo's in that deal no matter what, right? So Debo and Kamara or Brees and Kamara, you said, right?
Debo is automatically in it. He either wants Brees or Kamara.
Yeah, that's too much. I mean, I like St. Brown, bro, but Debo's like arguable against St. Brown. He really could be.
Yeah, because I got Tyreek, I got Dale. Running backs, I got Connor Fournette, who doesn't matter right now.
Yeah, and even who you have, I mean, it does matter because it might make me say, well, wait a minute, you got a lot of depth, you can make this move. But, like, at the end of the day, fair market value, Kamara and Debo, St. Brown, that's not enough. Chuba's not anything to Debo's close enough to St. Brown. I think he's going to be. Maybe a lot of people disagree, but I think he's going to be close enough that this is not an even – like, or if you put it this way, if this is an easier way to digest it, the difference between Kamara and St. Brown is like not much at all. If not, like, how do you even argue which side? Some might even say Kamara is better than St. Brown. Some would say St. Brown's better than Kamara. Breece Hall is, let's say Breece Hall is in this equation, because then you can make a little bit more of an argument that this could be done. Breece Hall and St. Brown, I'd much rather have St. Brown right now than Breece Hall. But is that gap so big that it requires you giving up Debo for Chuba? I would rather have Debo by a lot. So I think if you were to do it, you'd have to give Breece Hall, not Kamara. But I don't know, man. Breece could turn it on and be a top 5 running back at any point if they just, get things together. I don't know what Salah's doing, though. I just think there's a borderline incompetence for him to really continue to go down this Zach Wilson path. It's insane. It's absolute. This is almost as bad as Arthur Smith with Bijan. It really is like blind. Like, if I was a decision maker, I'd walk into his office and go, this is what I honestly say to Robert Saleh. I'd say, Robert, you need to like level with me. Do you really believe that Zach Wilson gives this team the best chance to win? Because if you do, I kind of need to let you go. Because I can't have you running my organization. Can't have you running this team if you really believe that Zach Wilson's the guy you want to send out onto the field. It's really, really head scratching to me.
Right. I probably hold off there. My team isn't bad, but I wouldn't mind having St. Brown.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't? But I mean, does the chat agree or disagree? Breece Hall and Debo or St. Brown? Let's see what the chat thinks. Let's throw Kamara out. Kamara shouldn't even be discussed. So Breece.
Yeah, I'll keep Kamara.
Yeah, Breece Hall and Debo or St. Brown. I won't even put Chuba in it. Which side do you like? Please vote on that right now for Wes. Let's get him the best answer we can. Let's see here. I'm on the clock. Let's go David Montgomery in this one. Let's see what the chat thinks. Breece Debo. A lot of Kamara Debo's answering that first question. Yeah, bro.
So basically, keep Debo and Breece.
I personally would. In the chat is pretty much saying almost unanimous Debo. I know you want St. Brown, but you're losing too much, bro.
Right. No, that makes sense. All right, appreciate it, Smith.
All right, man. Thanks. Appreciate you. All right, let's go over to Stanton from Denver. Stanton, my boy. Are you the super chatter, Stanton?
Hey, you're my boy, dude.
Are you the super chatter, Stanton?
Oh yeah. I got your dog, man.
You got me a dog. You got me a dog, bro. I appreciate you buying me a dog. I'm gonna go. I'll put it on my Instagram.
Hey, appreciate it, man. I tell you what, I got a better deal for you than that.
Than a dog? Than a hot dog? Okay. Hit me with it.
I do. And this is for real, dude. This is for real. You with me? Listen to me. I will give you a $50 holler right now if you want, or I'm throwing a hundo down on Bijan at 5.5 to 1 for 2 touchdowns on Sunday. And if he hits, I'll give you half.
I'll take the $50 holler. Sorry. I'm sorry. Look, you're asking me to think with my mind, my logic and sound reasoning. Bijan scoring 2. I want him to score 2 touchdowns so badly. And you know what? One reason why I'm saying no is because I want it to happen now. I want this to be a moment. I want this to be a moment where we can all relish in that he scored 2 touchdowns, and I could have. And then we're back, and then the Bijan's back. You know, so I hope this becomes a moment. I hope we replay this moment and we laugh our ass off.
What I'm saying is right now. Hold on. I think
All
you're
right.
asking
Say,
me for
say it one more time.
Hold on, dude. You can get a bunch of hot dogs tonight. It's all going to be good. I am the true believer. I think he's coming back home to Arizona. If it doesn't happen now, it's never going to happen, my boy.
Okay,
it's never going to happen. But I believe in this kid so much, dude.
Well, so do I. So believe me, so do I. But we're beholden to freaking Arthur Smith. Okay, so say the options again. You said $50 hauler right now.
You already got your $50, dude. I put it in the chat.
You just did it. Bro. You just did it. Okay. Yeah. I look. Hey, I appreciate that. But I am hopeful that this is a moment. Like I think if I was to say put it on Bijan, it wouldn't happen. You know what I mean? So I'm almost taking this for the team. I need to say something that will come back and bite me because it'll be a glorious bite. It'll be something that we're out here just having a day. Just Bijan 2 touchdown day. Here it is. We want it. We want this to be a moment.
What, man, it's a beautiful show. I love what you're doing, and it's there's great knowledge in here. But the thing is, Smitty, people love you. You do a great show, and love you, man. I do.
Stan, I appreciate you. I appreciate your $50 hauler. Let me hit the button. Hang tight.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Hey,
Smitty, get a couple dogs.
Hey,
man. Get some for the kids. Do all you got to do.
I very, very badly wanted to roll with the how much you were putting down on Bijan. I'm telling you, I'm doing this for us. I'm wanting to make a moment. And we're gonna have to clip this and replay it when you give me the option and I turn it down. What were you saying? You're gonna put 50 on the 5. What was it? 5 to what?
No, I'm putting 100 on it, dude. And I was gonna give you half.
Yeah, 100 on it. What were the odds?
5. It was 6, man, but it just went to 5.5 because the smart money's coming in, dude. The smart money is coming in, dude. It's the planets are aligning. He's coming back to Arizona,
bro.
It's his home state, dude.
So what was the payout on that one?
It's 5.5 to 1, so it'll be 100 to make 550.
Yeah. I hope this is. I hope we look back and laugh on this. I swear that's what I want more than anything.
It's all good, man. It's all good, man. I just want to throw it out there.
You asked me what you asked me.
I always have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, scared money don't make money. So like, part of me wants to take the 50 now and put it on Bijan scoring 2 touchdowns.
You might have to do that.
So are you gonna? What are you gonna put down right now on Bijan scoring 2 touchdowns? Are you really gonna put the hundo on it?
Yeah, it's already done.
Nice, bro.
It's already been done while we've been talking.
I like how you think. I hope you're right. He's
it's
a stud.
Gotta happen, dude. The kid's too good, and everybody can say whatever they want, but he averages over 5 yards a carry every time he gets it. 7 yards every time he receives it.
Bro,
get the kid the ball.
Bro,
if
he's too.
Smith has any inkling of keeping his job, he's got to give him the ball.
But that's the problem. Is how long does he do this, bro? How long does he do this? I don't know. I'm hoping this is the week. I'm hoping week 10 is the week that this man scores. And the other thing I want to say to everybody watching right now that's about to lose faith in Bijan, and I don't blame you for wanting to lose faith in him. I mean, it's a point where I understand, but even from week 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks. 8 weeks that he could still recover. And if he, let's say, exploded, let's say it was even 7 weeks. Let's say week 10 was a mediocre day, but like a sign of life. He, in 7 games, could become a top 5 running back at the end of the season without hesitation. He just has to go on a tear. And so that's why I'm hesitant to tell people to like do these Achane trades. But I'd take Achane over him in a heartbeat. But that doesn't mean that my my desire to see him get fed what Achan's getting fed isn't sitting there in waiting. And as soon as Bijan gets fed, he's going to deliver. He's, like you said, he's 5 yards per carry. He would score 15 touchdowns this year if he was just fed. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. He still could score 14, 15 touchdowns if you properly used him. But Arthur Smith is an idiot.
If I could say one thing for a second, I mean, to anybody listening out there, I've been playing for over 25 years. Actually, it's my 25th year. He's a generational talent. There's no doubt about it. Okay. If you are in a 1 year clean slate league, and if you need to wheel him for something, I get that. I totally do. But if you're in any kind of a dynasty league where you can't trade this guy, you just can't, dude. You're gonna have to suck it up for 1 year, and sometimes it's a bad deal. But the rewards will be at the end because Arthur Smith won't be there anymore. He can't. He's horrible at what he's doing. And everybody knows it, and the heat's on him, man. It's on.
It is on, but how long does it take, though, bro? Do they let him go the distance the entire season? I just don't understand how. Like, if you're Arthur Blank, or you're decision maker at all above this man, Arthur Smith, how you aren't? If you know football at all, like like even a little bit, you know that you spent a top 10 pick on him. You know that you're not using a top 10 pick. You know you're watching teams like use Jahmyr Gibbs. Like let's say you were some imbecile in a suit, like maybe you're Arthur Smith or Arthur Blank, and you're an imbecile when it comes to football or whatever, and you're sitting there looking at this situation, and you're watching Jahmyr Gibbs, who was also taken in the top 12 overall, and you see the success over here. How do you not just go, hey, Arthur, look at this right here. We got ourselves a running back in the top 10. Can we get some of that? How do you not even walk down to the field and just say, give him 15 carries? I don't care what you do, just give him 15 carries. I don't understand how it's not even.
Do you want to know the real answer to that?
What's the real answer?
The real answer is his boss is a billionaire, and it's just one of his toys that he has. So it's like he doesn't even care about the game of football. It's just
so what makes you think Arthur's on the hot seat then? That's my whole point, though, is we don't fully know.
Well, I think at some point, believe it or not, that the fans matter, and I think the people in Atlanta are getting pretty reckless about what's going on here. I mean, look at what he's done with all his picks, dude. He doesn't get the ball to pitch. He doesn't. That
isn't changed.
He could have had Fields, dude. He could have had Fields over Pitts. He could have Justin Fields as his quarterback right now if the organization was run right under the right guy. And it's like, what are you trying to do here? And at the end of the day, it's like, is Algier the answer to everything? Why does this guy get the ball inside the 10? It doesn't make any sense.
No, but bro,
I'm not trying to take a bunch of time.
The concern we have, though, is he was asked recently about the situation, and he said Tyler Algier is one of the best goal line backs in the National Football League, and we give him the ball in the goal line. So, that's what scares me about you saying get 2 touchdowns. He just called Algier one of the best goal line backs in the National Football League. That scares me. Doesn't matter if he's not. That scares me for Week 10. That scares me for Week 10. It should scare everybody for Week 10.
Bijan will just have to house it from 30 out because he's that good, and he'll do that.
True.
And here's the thing, dude. I think here's the biggest problem, and it's never been addressed on the show, and it's something I don't think has ever been talked about. It's the NIL money with these kids coming in with, I mean, Bijan's sponsored by Lamborghinis. He's got one. I mean, if he shows up for his first day in a Lamborghini and Arthur Smith is sitting there he might be like, screw this kid. There could be some of that going on as well.
But hey, Arthur Smith's a multi-millionaire. His dad owns FedEx, so I don't think he's that worried about it. I get you, bro.
Hey,
I get you.
That dipshit ain't driving a Lamborghini, I'll tell you that.
Well, he's definitely a moron. All right, hey, appreciate you. Thank you for the dog, bro. Thank you for the 50. Appreciate you very much, and I so hope you call in if Bijan scores 2 touchdowns and we start talking about this.
I will, man. I appreciate you, man.
All right, later.
Later.
All right, let's go over to Theo from Illinois. Theo, you got 30, pal.
All right. If Justin Jefferson gets cleared to play tomorrow or Sunday, or is he a must start automatically?
Yeah, I mean, if
he said he's only playing if he's 100%.
yeah, if he was to play, of course, you would start him. But he's most certain. I wouldn't say 100% because I can't. He's questionable. I think this questionable listing is weird. Why is he listed as questionable? It doesn't make sense. He's probably not playing. But if he did, you can't.
I don't think he will, but
you
if
can't
he did,
sit him.
then
You can't sit him, bro. All right, bro. Appreciate you.
All right.
All right, let me get these super chats out of the way. G Money with a $20 holler. G Money, I'm sorry it took so long to hit this.
Alert. Super chat alert.
G Money, my man, my mang, G Money, coming in like a monster. G Money says, "Thank you, Stanton, again for the $50 holler." Hey Smitty, this team is 4-5 and a 10-team half PPR. Stroud, Amon-Ra, AJB, Brees, Eckler, Ferguson. It's really good. Let me draft real quick. My team so far. Okay, so far we got Lamb Chops, we got Kamara, we got Lamar. Flex, JSN, Fields, Christian Watson, H-Chan, I love it. Where can I upgrade? I'd say, honestly, bro, your team's fantastic. The only spot I would upgrade at all would be, like, just trying to get Mahomes, just trying to get Hurts, just trying to get Josh Allen. I think Stroud's right in that, like, 5, 6, 7 quarterback range, so, there's only so much you could upgrade him, but if you did, it would still be a significant upgrade. I think if you just wait on H-Chan, this team's great. Or Andrews, if you're to get Andrews, or Ferguson for Kincaid, and you throw in Watson, or maybe the Kincaid owner needs a quarterback. You throw Fields and Ferguson for Kincaid, Fields and Ferguson for Andrews. Or it's, Fields to a QB needy team and you slightly upgrade. I don't know if you could slightly upgrade much at all on your team, to be honest. It's a great team. Like Brees Hall slightly to maybe you like JT Moore. Maybe you could use Fields and Brees to get Eckler. Maybe you could trade. Or you got Eckler. Yeah, I don't know. Like JT ETN. Brees and Fields for ETN. But you have to find the QB needy team. Past that, it's trying to get Mahomes, And I don't know that I would give up a boatload to do it. Gives Bijan Tank Dell's going to be really good this week. Let's go with, we'll ride with Bijan this week and this team. CD, Alvin Kamara, Lamar, Bijan. We'll do it live. G Money. Appreciate you with your super chat. Really good team. Honestly, almost a stand-down team. It's just, can you get Mahomes? Can you get Hurts? Can you get... even Lamar would be a tiny upgrade over Stroud, but Stroud's still so good that, like, when you get to that, 5-6 territory, I can't blame anybody for wanting Stroud over Lamar if it meant giving up something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not giving up... Like, would I give up Brees Hall and Stroud for Mahomes and something? It depends what the something would be. That might be an avenue to take. Just see what you could get back. Losing Brees would be a hit. Maybe Brees into Kyron buys you some quarterback bump or some tight end situation bump. But Kyron's an interesting go-get. Danny with the $5 holler. Thank you, G Money. Appreciate you. 4-5, Mahomes, Aaron Jones, JT, Adams, Ridley, Tank, Watson, Kelsey. Traded Ayuk, Hopkins, and Swift for JT Adams. I love that. Need help at running back next week. What moves? I wouldn't worry so much about next week because you still have a lot more weeks to worry about. I don't dismantle anything. I think JT, Aaron Jones, Mahomes, Adams is fantastic, and Kelsey. So it's more about, don't worry so much about next week. You got Tank Dell this week. It's more about, can you upgrade Stevenson by using Ridley or using Ayuk or using Hopkins? Can you get a Kupp? Can you get an Achane? And maneuver for that next week, especially Achane for next week, bro. I think Achane next week's going to be freaking fire for you. So if you can get your hands on him, but it's JT, like your team's really good. JT Adams, Dell, Mahomes, Aaron Jones, not in a panic at all to make a big move. Eckler, can you upgrade Aaron Jones into Eckler by throwing in Hopkins or Ayuk or both of them? Like, can you upgrade Stevenson by throwing in Hopkins and Ayuk or one of those guys? Can you turn Stevenson, Hopkins, and Ayuk into ETN? Can you turn that into an injured Jamar Chase, a Diggs, a Lamb, anything of the sort? Stanton, again, appreciate your $50 hauler, brother. Broke my heart not to say let it ride on Bijan scoring 2 touchdowns. That was a tall order. If it was like scoring a touchdown, it would have been like, yeah, let's let it ride. But Arthur Smith, it's like, I just don't know if he's going to make this change this week that we need him to make. I hope he gets canned. I hope Arthur Smith gets canned, and I never wish that for anybody to lose their job or anything. But this guy is destroying everything about this team. And, it is what it is when you can't coach and you're coaching a team into the ground and you've got designed runs for Jonnu Smith, and you give Jonnu Smith 2 goal line carries and you don't give him to Bijan, and Bijan's got 1 on the year, you're incompetent. You got to be removed. D-Hop, Ford, or Kyler, Watson. My QB is Purdy. D-Hop and Ford for Kyler and Watson. Yeah, I could get behind that. I could get behind either side, though, because I do think that Purdy could potentially bounce back, but I'd rather not take the chance when you can make that little maneuver and get Kyler. That's not a bad move at all. That's not a bad move at all, broski. All right, here we go. We're going to do one more of these. Who Dat Gator, $10 hauler, my boy, with a 10
to the moon.
10 watt on screen. Thank you, Gator. Appreciate you. Gator, let's go. Gator to the moon. Looks like everybody had a really close ranking here. But your boy ranked number 1 with the 79.6. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Squad, Lamar, Kamara, Bijan, CD, Debo, and Evan Ingram coming in number 1 overall. Let's do one more Battle Royale Week 10. Hit the green button. Punch it right now. I'm going to hit it in about T-minus 5 seconds. Gator says Team 2, 2 flexes. I have Stroud, AK Brees, Gibbs, Swift, Chase, Ridley, Dotson. Would you offer 3-4 wide receivers not named Chase for CD? 3-4 your wide receivers, so like Ridley, Dotson, Dell, Flowers. Yeah, I would. Sure. I'd offer any one of those, any combo of 3 or 4 of those. Yeah, non-named Chase. Sure. He needs depth bad. Why not, bro? You could even potentially, do like Swift and Dotson or something like that if you do that. I'd try and keep Swift if you can, but I mean, bro, Chase and if you had Chase and CD, you wouldn't need anybody else. You could hit the waiver wire for 1 extra player. So not too much at all. Who Dat Gator, not bad at all. That's a crazy move. It's hard to imagine someone accepting it, but you never know. Another trade needing to win out. Trade AK for Achane next week. AK's on. Yeah. I first of all, I would rank Achane over Alvin Kamara. Not everybody would, but I would. So I totally Smitty approve that. Thank you for your double $20 haulers. Starting Gibbs or Walker and start Adams or Olave. I would probably go Gibbs given the injury concern, even though he's practicing in full of Walker. But I mean, I still very much like Walker. But I would probably go Gibbs, I suppose. But that's tough. I almost say to you, Devo, you need to make a trade. Like, you can't be sitting one of Walker or Gibbs, to be honest. Start Adams or Olave. Adams, to me. Adams is a player I'm trading for across the board in all leagues. I think this revitalization in Las Vegas is going to be real. Would I be crazy pants if I traded Saquon for Bijan? No. You wouldn't be crazy to go in either direction, though. You know, mix it up. Just hope in hopes that something changes. Like, you can't, man. I'm just going to do this because it's rare to get this back-to-back. And, you know, I'm worried about Jamar Chase this week, but what if it's all a ruse? So we'll go with the double there. Chase and Burrow. $2 hauler from Devin. Appreciate you, Devin. Start 4. Hall, Jones, Bijan, Gibbs, Javonte Ford, and let's go with is that Devonta Smith at the end? Ford and T.Y. Smith. What are we doing? What are we doing there, Devon? If that's Devonta Smith at the end there, you're doing a little abbreviation session here, so I don't really know. But the answer is Hall, Aaron Jones, Bijan, Gibbs. Unless that's Devonta Smith, then you're gonna take out probably Bijan and put in Devonta Smith. But if it's this week though, no, because he's on a bye. But in general, yeah, Eagles are on a bye, by the way. I don't know who that is though. Are those two different players? If Javonte Ford, is that Taysom Hill? Who is that? But Devonta Smith in general, I would start as if you're listing him as your third or fourth player there. But yeah, don't start your Eagles. They're on buys. I meant thank you, Smitty. Oh, thank you, Smitty. Okay, hold on. That's what he's saying. Thank you, Smitty. Ford, thank you, Smitty. It's just without any punctuation, it gets a little crazy up in here. So I appreciate you. Devin, I'm starting Hall, Jones, Bijan, Gibbs in that order. I love Javonte, and Ford's pretty good, but thank you, Smitty. I'm like, who the hell is he talking about? That's funny, bro. Especially when you become robotic reading some of these too. You know, when there's no comma or break, I just keep reading. Thank you, Smith. Appreciate you. Sam, $6.99 hauler, 7-2, 12-team, full PPR. Hurts, Cup, Devonta Smith, Eckler, Pollard, Kelsey, Ayuk. Got offered Bijan for Pollard straight up. I'd rather have Pollard at this moment in time. It is what it is, and it doesn't mean I won't be completely rooting against my pick there. I absolutely hope I'm wrong. But it is what it is right now. My team so far, Burrow, Alvin Kamara, Jamar Chase. Let's go Monty here. Oh, I just drafted him. Pick failed. What? You guys see that? What in the hell? I wonder if the script knew I was about to win it. That was pretty messed up. Pick failed. Do you want to give David Montgomery another shot? Yeah, but I already timed out. That's right. I contemplated picking Evans, so we'll let it ride. We'll let that one slide. $10 hauler.
To the moon.
My boy, Hoosiers. Always awesome. Smitty, 4 and 5, 12-team PPR. Goff, Murray, JT Barkley, Connor, AJB, Pittman, Hopkins, JSN, DeMario, Laporta, Jonnu. Hold. Couple trade suggestions from Upgrade. I would say, like, yeah, I'm moving I'm probably moving Barkley for Achane, Barkley for, you could go. It's not like you're loaded at wide receiver, to where you couldn't off balance some things like entrust Connor and just put your faith in Connor and just say, let's go, let it ride Connor. As a running back too, and go Barkley for Cooper Kupp, Barkley for injured Jamar Chase, Barkley for Lamb, etc., etc. Barkley for Achane, Barkley and Hopkins for Eckler, Barkley and Hopkins for ETN, even if you dare. But I love the idea of Achane, my bro. I would love to see you. There's Monty. It all worked out. It all worked out. Joe Burrow, Kamara, Monty, Jamar Chase, Mike Evans, and Hawkinson. I guess Underdog was trying to help me. It was like, hey, bro, Monty's going to hang around for another round. Go Mike Evans here. He'll be gone. Achane's my trade recommendation of the week, my guy. 100%. Tingley says, yo, Smitty, how should I improve 5 and 4? Law, Kelsey, Taysom, ETN, AK, Pacheco, Achane, Sharps, Puka, Devonta Smith. You got rich person problems, bro. You're 5 and 4, but your team's fire. Okay, so really, it's T Law. That's the only move to make. T Law. You got Achane, you got Kelsey, you got ETN, you got AK. You don't necessarily. You got Puka and Smith. You don't necessarily need a wide receiver upgrade, even though your wide receivers are like crafty, but not like electric. It's like they're good. They're really good. Puka and Devonta Smith is good. And Dell. If it's me, I'm using Pacheco to upgrade T Law. I'm using Pacheco if I can. If you got to throw in a Flowers or a Dell, you even maybe do it. But Pacheco to upgrade T Law. You might even be able to get Tua for Pacheco and T Law. But what's really going to help you, Tingley, is finding an owner that has Tua or Stroud, and they have another player like Dak that they want to keep or ride with. Or if the Mahomes owner has Stroud, they might be willing to take a Pacheco and Dell, But I think you have to go to the teams that have a surplus of QBs. Like, go to the Stroud owner, go to the Tua owner, see what they have. See if there's somebody with a surplus, and you try and grab one of those guys. But that's really it, The rest of this team's fire, man. And if you had to roll with T-Law, roll with them. Kyler would be good. Go to the Kyler owner, see what they have. Maybe they'll take a Pacheco for Kyler, and they give you something. Barkley for Achane straight up? Absolutely. I wouldn't even need anything else. Achane's a top 5 running back to me. No doubt about it. Hey, Smitty, would you trade Gibbs and Addison for Walker and McLaurin? I think it's a toss-up, Lee. Walker and Gibbs are a toss-up. This week I'm leaning Gibbs because there's been some concern of like, okay, is Walker fully healthy? We don't know. But like on the year, it's a little tougher. On the year, I kind of lean toward the Walker McLaurin, but it's super close, my man. It's like really, really, really close. KDS standard 10 team, 5 and 4, no playoffs. Keenan Allen, Love, AK, Bijan, ETN, CD, Olave, Ridley, Rice, Godwin, Kincaid trades. Roster limits must match players. Josh Allen's fire, bro. Absolute fire. AK, Bijan, ETN, straight fire. CD, Olave, Ridley, straight fire. This Kincaid, I love it. Musgrave, not going to really trade away him for much. I would say like Bijan, Achane, you give up Godwin. Bijan for Achane, if you have to, you give up Ridley. Bijan to JT, give up Godwin. Bijan to ETN, give up Godwin. I'm not saying you have to give up Bijan. I'm just saying this is the one move that I could see. Okay, you can't wait around. You're 5 and 4, and you can't wait for Bijan. Maybe Bijan pops back off and he's amazing, but that would be potentially the move. You even have the ability with AK and ETN to use Bijan across position. Go get Cooper Kupp. Go get Devontae Adams. Bijan for Devontae Adams straight up might be your best hope, bro. And I would do that if I was you. I totally would. Danny, start Purdy or T-Law this week. I probably lean toward Purdy. I think just a slight lean. I think Shanahan's going to protect him very, very, very much. A lot of design throws to Debo and Ayuk, but it's close. I would lean Purdy by a little bit, but they're both pretty close. Start one at wide receiver 3 this week. Douglas, Brown, or I go probably Noah Brown with Collins out. You know, I don't think anybody should expect what they got last week, but that's a very, very good move. Appreciate you. And guys, let's go Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty. Underdog will match up to $100 in your first deposit. Double your first deposit up to $100. Just hit that link in the live chat. The link's in the description of every video. And let's go over real quickly and just do a quick pick 'em. Pick 'em for week number. I didn't mean to click that. Let's do a quick one, if we could. JT, 68.5 yards. I'm liking that. We're going to do the higher on that one. Ramondre, I'm going to stay away from that one. Brock Purdy, I'm going to stay away from Brock Purdy. McCaffrey, I feel like 66.5 yards higher is an easy one. Debo's in the end zone. We'll do the 1.5 multiplier on that. ETN, what's ETN got to get? Let's skip ETN for now. Ridley, 54.5 yards. I feel like he can hit that. I'm going to go 54.5 yards. And then Lamar. CJ Stroud. Where's Nico? Tank Dell. Tank Dell, 55 yards higher. Okay. $10 will get you 300. I got to unplug to hit submit. Let me just take a screenshot of this. We'll put this on the IG. Boom, doing it live. And then I got to unplug to enter this in. $10 will win 300. I'm going to hit submit right now. It makes me unplug for whatever reason. And then boom. There are the picks. This has been submitted. Ridley, 54.5 higher. There it is. Last super chat of the night, and then I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to go see if the dogs are still being sold. Have Henry and Hall. What could I get for Gibbs? Adams. Got offered him for Garrett Wilson, my other wide receivers. Our Flowers, Puka. Okay, so Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson's not bad, but that's not bad. You could do that in a worst case scenario. I would go after Adams, bro. Cooper Kupp, Puka, and Adams, and Lamb, and an injured Jamar Chase. I'd try those first, but I don't mind the Garrett Wilson one. That's not horrible. Apollo, who should I start this week? 10-man full PPR between Schultz, Monty, Rashad White. I mean Monty for me, man. I look what they did his first game back last time. Career carries. I'm not saying they do that this time. I think they're going to be more careful. Travis Rowe with a $10 super chat. Appreciate you, Travis. 6 and 3.5. Howell, Law, Kyler, Diggs, Pickens, DK, JSN, Dotson, ETN, K9, Achane, Bigsby, Sharp, Spears, Hawkinson, Laporta, Kincaid. How would you strengthen this roster? Who would you target? So Kyler's not a bad bet with this team. You could just say Kyler be top 5 or 6, and that's all I need from you. And maybe I move on from trying to upgrade that position. It's a tempting position to upgrade. Maybe if Kyler does pretty well, you could look at it. If let's say Hurts struggle, or Hurts on bye. I keep wanting to say Eagle players this week. Let's say Josh Allen struggles. Let's say I don't know. You could try for Mahomes on a bye though. Is the only thing I would consider. Like if that Mahomes owner takes Kyler right now, so you might want to try it. But ETN, K9, Achane. You can't. I mean, I like that a lot. You got Charbonnet. You potentially could use K9, roll with Achane and ETN since you're 6-3. Take K9 and turn it into Devontae Adams. I think that would be kind of a crafty move. Then DK becomes your flex, your third wide receiver. And then if you wanted to, you look into a Kyler, move like Hawkinson. Hopefully the tight end needy team also needs a quarterback, or has maybe a quarterback you could upgrade into. So like Hawkinson, hey, give me your Mahomes. I'll give you Hawkinson. You don't even have to give me a tight end back. I'll give you Hawkinson, and I'll give you Kyler Murray. So I guess I would say, who are the QB surplus teams and who are the tight end needy teams, and does that somehow line up? Kincaid too. You get Kincaid. Look, Hawkinson, Laporta, Kincaid. You could maybe even trade two of those three to upgrade. But K9 to Adams would be my first thought, and then the tight end or K9. Like, let's say the Mahomes owner, you gave him K9 and Kyler, and he gave you Mahomes and a Ridley or some doubted player. You know what I'm saying, Travis? But I definitely would look to see if there's any team that could potentially use both. Could do a quarterback downgrade to get a tight end upgrade. Allen, Chase, JJ, Smith. Thank you, Travis. Appreciate you. Allen, Chase, JJ, Smith, Kirk, Lockett, Hall, Swift, K9, Mondre. First place, 7-2, upgrade, running back or wide receiver. Any recommendations? Chase, JJ, Smith. Same thing that I've been telling everybody today. Swift into Achane, and you give up. Let's say that person needs a tight end. You give him Kittle. You give him Laporta. Give him one of the two tight ends to upgrade Swift or K9 into Achane, into ETN, into Eckler. That would be my one and only goal for you. Can you upgrade Swift or K9 into Eckler? Can you upgrade Swift or K9 into maybe even ETN, or Swift or K9 into Achane? And the way you do that is you use that tight end. And maybe those owners that I just mentioned of those players don't need a tight end, then potentially Ramondre for free to do that. Maybe Kirk and Ramondre. Maybe I prefer not to use Chase, JJ, or Swift or Smith, but would I trade JJ for Achane? Especially if you can get something else in return, probably. But I'd prefer you to keep Chase, JJ, and Smith, and you use Kirk, Lockett, Swift, K9, Mondre, and one of the tight ends to get into a Adams. If you could start 4 wide receivers, Adams would be fantastic as well. You could literally roll with Hall and K9 and trade Swift and Kirk for Adams, Swift and Lockett and Kirk for Adams. Throw in the tight end for Adams. If you could only start three wide receivers, maybe you trade JJ down to Adams to upgrade Swift or K9 into a slightly better RB. That actually might be the best move. Appreciate you all. Thank you all for my super chats and support and thumbs up and everything. You guys absolutely rock. Hit that thumb up button on the way out the door. Appreciate you all. You guys absolutely rock. 150 people still in here and only 64 thumbs up. So please hit that thumb up button on your way out the door. Thank you so much, Zachary, for the $20 hauler. Thank you so much, G Money. Stanton, $50 hauler. And thank you all. Travis, everybody, thank you to my mods. Thank you for the super chat, Travis. Thank you to Blackbeard in the building. Travis in the building. Sick Nasty, I don't know if you're here. Or Terry Roberts in the building. I see Terry. Terry's in here. Terry, appreciate you. And then if Vampy's in here, Vampy, appreciate you. I'll see you all later. Going to get a dog on the street corner before they close. Deuces. You guys absolutely rock. You are the best. See you tomorrow. XDS, Hertz, Fields, Brees, Bijan, Gibbs, Achane, Adams, Laporta, Kincaid, Any trades? I'd say same thing I'm telling everybody all night long, man. Try and trade Bijan, especially with your running backs being so solid. Bijan into a Cooper Kupp. Bijan, honestly, you don't even really necessarily need it. Your team's stacked, but like a Cooper Kupp or you got Adams already. That's fantastic. Your team's fire. Cooper Kupp, Lamb, injured Jamar Chase, Addison and Bijan for Jamar Chase, Addison and Bijan for. I mean, you probably do that for Cooper Kupp too. Maybe they need a tight end. You throw in one of the tight ends. You don't need to upgrade at quarterback. Breece Hall into Eckler using maybe one of the tight ends. Breece Hall and Ridley, or Breece Hall and Flowers and Addison. Breece Hall and Addison and a tight end upgrade. KDS, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you all. See you later.